Adventures of Sonic Episode 10, Big Daddy. Can't be Robotnik's because we already got lucky once. Eggman chases Sonic in his Eggmobile. Oh wait, never mind, it's Coconuts. Why did I ever expect Robotnik to do the dirty work himself? Sonic lampshades that Coconuts has an Eggmobile and he causes it to crash into what looks like an ice mountain. Robotnik's base is on top of the ice mountain, or I guess it just blew for no reason. Eggman's mad at Coconuts for what he did. I guess he'll kick him out for one episode and take him back because fuck continuity. He puts Coconuts in a chair, and if he was smart, he would tie him to the chair and reprogram him or kill him, but instead he launches him out of the chair. It would have felt a little more justified if he said that he thinks he'll kill him by doing that, but he shouldn't expect that with his invincible robots at this point. A giant purple gorilla out of nowhere is something Robotnik thinks will let him control the entire universe. How? Why can't he just build a giant robot? Well, that would require materials, but he needed materials to brainwash him. Then there's some annoying filler because the gorilla cries from a coconut landing on him thanks to coconuts. The gorilla's wearing a diaper, but he still has the voice of an adult. That's really, really stupid. He's way too big to be an adult. It's disturbing. I guess that's supposed to be the joke as he calls Coconuts his dad and covers him in banana mush, but it's not funny. It would have worked better if he really was a young gorilla. He gets Coconuts in the water, and Coconuts decides that he'll use the gorilla to capture Sonic and get Robotnik's respect back. He's confused when the gorilla hugs him, but so much for heartwarmingness because he immediately starts slamming him to the floor for no reason. With the gorilla abusing him without meaning to, it's reminding me of the Antoine torture filler episodes. And it has the same problem. It could have been sweet because Coconuts isn't used to being loved, but there's no focus on it. He uses the gorilla to have a path lifted up to lead into the wall of a cliff, and the gorilla puts a banana peel on the path. Oh, he's smart enough to tell him to throw the boulder at Sonic after he slips on the peel. But sadly, there's predictable humor as Coconuts waste time demonstrating to him, and for no reason at all, the gorilla drops a boulder on him, which should have at least damaged him, and by sheer coincidence, Sonic was here, overhearing everything. Sonic runs around, and there's a big-lipped alligator moment because someone reminding me of the ancient walkers has a human head in his hand and it talks to him somehow. What were they even on? Penders never wrote this. Were the censors asleep? Sonic then tricks Boom Boo, the gorilla, into dropping a boulder on Coconuts again because he heard a crash. Why would he want to drop boulders on someone he thinks is his dad? Does the show have to insist on annoying voices for the characters? Sonic tells the gorilla that Coconuts is a robot, giving him a metal part. As I wonder why Coconuts isn't doing anything about this. Is he? No, he's just stunned and he gets up. Sonic finds out the father of the gorilla was kidnapped. Oh, okay, the purple gorilla was his father. That was a genuine surprise to me because he's a different color from him. And we never see his mother. Robotnik puts a golden headband on him and presses a button telling him to walk and smash a bridge. It was smart of him to remove his free will to avoid incompetence. Why didn't he do that with Scratch and Grounder? Robotnik says he's ready to conquer every inch of Mobius. Didn't he do that already? The world building of the show sucks. If right from the start I didn't even know how much of the world he ruled. I mean, this is Robotnik we're talking about, not Eggman, the lame games Eggman. How am I supposed to assume that he's not ruling the world, or he is? I like that Scratch actually asks how a purple gorilla will help him conquer the world. After all, what could he offer that his machines wouldn't? The gorilla will climb to the top of Mount Mobius and install a ray gun that could blast any city on the planet. Wait, from one location on a round planet? Wouldn't he be better off putting it on a satellite? It sure was nice of Grounder to catch Coconuts with his extendable arm when he was falling, even though he and Scratch were mad at him. I like that Coconuts is scared and thus sympathetic, and that Grounder is more competent because he has an extendable arm. It reminds me of Bunny. Coconuts gives them an idea that Scratch thinks is stupid for no reason, and yet he still agrees to it. Rule of Funny isn't good writing, it's lazy writing. The robots all stand on top of each other in a purple gorilla suit that they somehow have. Well, one of them is standing on the ground, whatever. You'd think the minute they all heard Coconut's voice, they'd immediately know it's him. Well, maybe Sonic does know that because he goes into a disguise and asks Coconut if he has the proper qualifications to raise the kid, pretending to be part of Child's Aid, or rather the American equivalent. This is just a dumb excuse to get Boom Boom to abuse the robots some more. Again, it's not that satisfying because he's not abusing them on purpose. This breaks the suit. If this is how he treats his father, he might be better off not around him. Then a laser hits some trees and somehow manages to only destroy their leaves and not anyone around them. Sonic holds binoculars in front of the gorilla showing him his father, and Tails has lackluster acting, saying to follow him to Mount Mobius. I like that we saw a mountain called Mount Mobius in the Archie comic too. Though here, it's snowy and not the most dangerous volcano ever, so it's original. The brainwashed father of Boom Boom kicks him and fires at Sonic. His name almost sounds like Boom Boom from Mario 3. How did they get away with that? Sonic jumps to the conclusion that if he's fired at too much, the batteries of a ray gun will run out of juice when it's a ray gun. Such a sci-fi concept I wouldn't take for granted to need batteries. I guess that's how they work in this universe, and Sonic knows that. Because Boom Boom reminds his father of who he is, that magically snaps his father out of the brainwashing in a fit of bad writing, as bad as Sonic talking Uncle Chuck out of brainwashing. We didn't need him to be unbrainwashed this way. It was good enough that Boom Boom smacked Robotnik around and used him as a rattle. We could have seen Sonic jump on the gorilla and take off the controlling headband just fine. In the Sonic Says episode, Sonic threatens the purple gorilla angrily for annoying him, but then magically changes personality to give a lesson about always telling your folks where you're going when you leave because the obnoxious baby went missing briefly. I'm not sure I like this episode because once again, it was an episode centered around an extremely annoying original character with a stupid voice, this time being a gorilla who I'm expected to believe is a baby when he has an adult voice, because fuck good production values. And he looks like an adult except with a diaper. Has also potential when he called Coconut's his dad. If the gorilla looked like a cute baby gorilla and Coconuts got really attached to him, this could have been a heartwarming episode. We already saw small hints that Scratch and Grounder aren't programmed to be pure evil, since Grounder asks what will happen to the people of a village Robotnik wants to flood, and Scratch calls Grounder his little brother like a person would. Instead, Coconut is a bland villain with a one-track mind set on impressing Robotnik, who I assume takes him back for no reason after this episode, making this the third instance of negative continuity after Breezy and Robotnik being stuck in another dimension.